Good morning, guys. It is Friday. Today is September 11th, and it is B Day. This morning, if you are in my periods 2 and 4, you are doing an asynchronous activity. That activity you should be ready and familiar with. It is the teacher email, and you should be accessing the Google assignment. It's in Schoology, but it turns into a Google template. Now, a couple things. For whatever reason, it seems as though about 1/3 of students cannot see the template and they get the message access denied when they go to look at the template. Please absolutely make sure, number one, that you've restarted your iPad in the past 48 hours, that you've shut it all the way down and restarted it, because sometimes when new updates come out for Google or for Schoology or whatever it's for, that needs to kind of like recalibrate itself. So definitely make sure you've done that hard reboot of your iPad recently. If you have done that, also make sure that you're using ClassLink to get to the web version of Schoology. Please make sure that in Google Drive you are signed out of any other personal accounts, that you only have your DISD email as an option, because sometimes I know it will just revert to another account. And it's done that to me before. Even when I've saved a document, I was on my student or my district account, and I go to save something and a new tab pops up and I'm all of a sudden in my personal account. The only way to solve that is to completely log out of that other account. If all of that is true and you still don't, oh, the other thing is the completion settings. Some students were saying that they couldn't even access it. Well, if you haven't done your completion settings, if you don't have all your little green check marks in the folder, you're also going to be restricted from accessing the document. So please make sure that you're following all the things that we talked about. Now, even given that, I still have a couple of kids who are getting an access denied message. Some of the students did get solved from some of those things I just mentioned, but a few did not. If you're still in that boat where you've done all of those things and you're not able to access it, I will be posting a separate submission for students who can't access the Google Doc. If in that submission you would download your own copy of the template, save it to your Google Drive, and then re-upload it in this other, and you'll see it'll have asterisks, stars, and it'll say for people who couldn't access the template, you will need to use that one. I only want that to be for people who can't access the template though, because I'm going to have to take everything from that assignment and move it to the other assignment manually eventually. Like I'll have to key in your score to the other assignment. So I don't want everybody just going to do that, because that would make it really difficult. And the people who do it the other way, after they read their feedback, it's eventually going to disappear, because that assignment, I can't have two of the same assignment in the grade book, because then somebody will get a 0 for each one. So we can't have that. So there's that. So for the teacher email, and I'm sorry that this is an issue, apparently it is not a district issue. It's something, a talking thing between Google and Schoology that's happening now, and we don't know why it's only affecting some users. It's not affecting the majority of users. It's only affecting a few select users, and we're not sure, and we're hoping that that is resolved. So today, when you go to do the teacher email, you should spend about 20 to 30 minutes total on that. You should be writing the email based on the scenarios that are provided. There are 3 choices that you can write an email about. Then you drafting means write, then revise. Revising means you're checking it against that slideshow that we went through, that you're making sure that you've accommodated all of those rules for etiquette. Then editing, look at grammar and punctuation and all those mechanical mistakes that could have happened, especially spelling my name. I've gotten a bunch of people not spelling my name correctly and not using the correct email address. That makes me worried for real life when you actually have to send me an email that you're maybe not going to send it to me the right address. So please double check that. And then of course you need to submit. If you're using the Google template, that's great. When you submit, please make sure you're ready to, because it is harder to unsubmit or revise or submit a revised one to the Google template. Let me know if you have any questions about that periods 2 or 4. If you're in period 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10, you are live with me today this afternoon. we are going to finish our email breakout groups and share. We're only going to spend a few minutes on that. I need to make sure that you guys are seeing these errors and that you're ready to move on with that. And then we're actually going to take out, we're not doing this online journal video instructions. I'm going to put that another day. We didn't have time for that yesterday. So I am going to nix that for today and we'll add it back later. And then we're going to do a read aloud. The read aloud is Safe on the South Bank. I'm going to read it aloud to you. And you're going to have a Google template response. Unfortunately, because it is a Google template response, we may have some of the same issues that some of you had yesterday with being able to access the Google template. And I, again, will provide a workaround for that if we find that to be the case. For the Safe on the South Bank, after the read aloud and the access of the template, I am going to give you time to get off of the Zoom and kind of give your eyes a break if you want, just to answer that, you know, from being live while you're doing it. So I will stay live the entire time if you want to work on the response along with me and you know, you have questions and you're more comfortable with that. I will absolutely be there for the entire time, but I am going to let those who want to just answer on their own and submit it to log off Zoom at that point. So we should have a little bit of a shorter, depending on how the email groups go, we should have a little bit of a shorter Zoom today, maybe more like 35 minutes instead of 45 minutes. So I look forward to seeing you guys later. I hope everything has been going well for you, and I'm hoping that if you're having struggles, you're reaching out to me or to one of the other teachers so that we can get you back on track, right? Have a great day, guys, and to my async friends who I won't see, have a great weekend.